Hello again, welcome back to the Unloved Garage and welcome back to where we left off in the last video. Now, if you didn't see that more importantly, we were installing the exhaust on this customer's MR2. Unfortunately, we've run into a problem. Let me show you where we're at. So as it stands at the moment, the rear box will sit about there. That centre pipe to sort of rear pipe is not currently connected together, as is the manifold to the downpipe, but we're in rough position. Problem is, if we try to take that one up there, hold on, if we try to take that one further up, this is an issue. So that doesn't fit. Now, this is aftermarket. This is like a factory replacement, and the manifold itself is aftermarket too. What we're gonna have to do is make a modification to this tube to sort of tuck it in a little bit and give it half a chance of actually meeting up with the rest of it.
A few moments later.
So jumping forwards, it's now on there, and most importantly, fits with clearance, so there's nothing touching anymore. So there's been a couple of cuts and welds and putting bits and pieces in where they're needed to produce the result of it being on. Now, another thing we have noticed, how it's been manufactured, you can see on how it's sat. The tips don't sit straight. That's definitely not us, that's how it was made. Just a heads up, if anybody buys one of these, they might need a bit of tweaking to get it to fit identically to what they advertise it as, let's say. But overall, it's on there, it looks all right. Let's bring it down and have a listen to it. Right, so I'm not going to call it the first start because we did run it while it was in pieces, just test it. However, for the video's purposes, first start. Nice, not bad at all. Alright, so we're just going to do the first crank on this. We've put the power to it for the first time since we've had it. Obviously we've put a lot of this all together so far. But as I say, it's now got a battery in it, the dashboard's lit up like we'd expect it to. So we're going to see what happens next. It won't at this point start. We need to put fuel in it, we need to do a couple of other things, but we need to see what's got power, what works, and whether it turns over, most importantly. Now, bear in mind, once again, we've not built this engine, we've had nothing to do with it. That came completely set in that bay, so we're hoping there's no nasty surprises in there. But we've put oil in it, we've put all the bits and pieces around it, barring a couple of vacuum pipes. Let's turn the key, see what happens, and as long as somebody's put the ECU in it, wired it all up right in there when they did the interior, we should be in with a chance. Let's go for it. Now, one thing I will say is the earth strap that's on the dashboard, on the windscreen there, we don't know whether it's from this or not, because we've ended up with parts from some Subaru and some Honda that all came with it, that somebody's boxed up and sent with it, but I'm going to presume that may be from it based on that. So I'm just going to rig up a temporary earth and see if that fixes it. Back in a second.
A few moments later.
Nothing there. I don't even know anything about the engine, as I say, which sort of worries me. But it could even be the starter motor. We'll do a little bit of digging. Catch up with you in a second. So, having put jump back on, it's still got the ground wire on it, so it's not getting something itself, because I just tried it off camera and it does roll over. It's fairly obvious that the power for that's just coming from the jump pack, because if we turn that off, it doesn't actually roll over anymore. So there's either some bad power wiring or some bad ground wiring, so we've got to work our way through it and see if we can figure out which one of those two it is. All right, let me get a little bit technical here. So I've taken the cover off, tested the fuel pump. So the fuel pump itself isn't getting power through those wires. The pump itself, when I put power to it, does actually work. Going backwards, that's the fuel pump relay. The relay has several little wires in it. This one is like a switched ground, it seems, and the ground, for whatever reason, isn't switching, but I'm yet to find out where that's fed from. So we're not going to be able to start the car until we figure that out. But what I have found is when I do prime it, there's a leak up the front on the hard pipes, so we've got to go back down that route and figure that out before we can get anywhere near starting it. So the fuel leak on this looks to be coming from, I believe, at the bottom of there, where all the hard lines, I can gesture it to you, somewhere there where all the where all the hard lines meet the soft lines, there's a leak somewhere there. So what we need is to get under it, get on the ramp. However, currently I've got mine on the ramp. I'll show you what we're doing with it. So we're working on my Skyline here. One thing that sort of bugged me for a little while is the exhaust. Now, as you stand under it, it doesn't look too bad, and it is not a bad little system that I've got on it. If you ever saw it when I built the car, that's the one that I just got hold of. That's what I went for. Now, this one came from the white Skyline that James has got. My intention was, when I got the car, to put the exhaust onto this one, because it's just a fair bit bigger on the end, and just sits a little bit nicer in my opinion, which will suit this car. That was random. I never touched it. Magic. Anyway, so James is going to take my old exhaust off. We've got this other one measured up. Let's see what happens, what it sounds like. Alright, so the whole tubing is a different diameter, as you can see. I don't exactly know what, I can measure it in a minute. And whether this shows on camera, I don't know, but for example, that's as big as my finger. That's bigger than my finger. That's precise measurements, that is.
But no, precise.
You're going to put your fist in it, are you? Right, so get his fist in that one with ease. Okay, yeah. Can you get your fist in this one?
I can already tell you now.
That'd be a no then.
Yeah.
Right, okay, so it's as big as James's fist. That's slightly bigger than, and that's a big fist. Right, okay.
Look at that.
Stop, James. James. That serves you right.
Right on the fucking rim.
That serves you right. Right, the one thing I'm worried about when James has finished messing about is that box. That might end up getting cut out, but let's see how much noise difference it makes. Your finger. Oh no, you've done that good and proper, haven't you?
Oh, fucking hell, we're fishing it properly.
We know, we saw. Honestly. Right, exhaust on. So it's up there, it's mated up and hangs probably less. Probably the lowest point is there, to be fair. It's not too bad on the box. And you can sort of see the little logo hanging off the side of it, which is always cool. Let's see how it looks. And there's the damage from the old one.
When?
First start. Alright, so the last clip that you saw was on Friday at work. Now it's Sunday, and we're outside on a busy road because we're on our way to Sports Cars in the Park. Out with the Skyline and the MX-5, as you can see behind me. Let's see how today goes. Alright, so we've made it. Let's go and have a look around and see what's here. Yeah, no, I did think. Yeah.
I didn't see that.
No, I didn't.
Yeah. He was trying to not get a boost on.
Short shift, still good.
That's
Just drive, but... Cool to see stuff like that with it now. Alright, so that was Sports Cars in the Park. Personally, I think there was a lot of German cars, not a lot of Japanese, not enough Japanese, but nonetheless, make sure you get tickets for the Unloved show in August. Ticket link for that is in the description, as I already said. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.